Hello and welcome to a quick video on the PUWMA 2 and extracting data via Reefmaster for Google Earth. If you haven't already followed our page, please do, and stay tuned for more footage. Okay, so up here in the top right hand corner of the screen we see some of the programs that we use for extracting the raw data. We have our home viewer, we have our Google Earth, Reefmaster 2 and Reefmaster sonar viewer. We're going to use the Reefmaster 2 so that we can extract this data into our Google Earth. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go in and we're going to create a new workspace. So we just type in whatever we want to call it. The location that we're going to use is where it saves this workspace and any files that we create along with it. So if we're creating waypoints or tracks or just the files we're going to export. So just for the purpose of this, we're going to save it in what's called the Limerick and Tipperary folder. It was a course that we'd ran recently. So first thing we're going to do is create a new folder here. We're going to call it the sample tracks. And inside in that sample tracks folder then we're going to actually load one of the raw data files. So the file that we're looking at here is inside in the Limerick folder, and we have folders tied to each file type. So it's the file type that we need to select. So we're selecting R0082, and this will load up the track data and also the sonar data, the sidescan data, which isn't visible initially. So we can click on that track data and it shows us the track which the boat has taken. It color codes the different depths as we can see. And from here, I suppose we can have a look at the route. We can zoom in and out and see what we've actually covered. And I suppose most importantly then for what we want to do is when we click into the track up on the top, we can have a look at the actual side scan imagery. And this is where we get to view, I suppose, the data that's most important to us for the operation that we're conducting at that particular time. So from here, easiest way for us to export everything is we have to take this track data and create a side scan mosaic first. So we can name what it's going to be called, and it allows us to create a new mosaic. We can have a number of different files interlaced together here, which gives us obviously a big mosaic of the area that we're covering. So from there we can have a look at the actual data. We can zoom in, we can pan around, we can move the imagery, we can zoom via a box, we can create waypoints, we can measure the distance on something. So we see a target here that may be of interest, so we're able to go in here, we can take our measuring tool and we can just zoom over the top of that and take a measurement, giving us an indication of what size that target possibly is and if it warrants further investigation. So that's just some of the tools that are available to us in the Reefmaster. The whole idea of this, I suppose, is that we can share this data with teams that they can come in and carry on the search or conduct a more intensive search, whether it's deploy divers or not at that particular time. So we see here we've dropped a waypoint on it. It gives us the lat and long. We can export that waypoint. We can send it to people. Most importantly, what we're doing here is we're going to export the sidescan mosaic and we're going to create a KML Super Overlay file. So we just name that file, and as we see down the bottom left hand corner here, it's writing all those different tiles, and once that's done it has the whole export process completed. We can then go into the folder where we've created this. We can share that file around. For the purpose of this, we're just going to open up the file in Google Earth just to show you exactly what it is. So we can see in our temporary places here, we have now got a Limerick mosaic .kml file, and we see that it's nicely overlaid on the Google Earth image for us to play around with and have a look at a bit more. So for anybody not familiar with Google Earth and the controls, we see up the top right hand side, we see a number of controls here where we can zoom in and out on the imagery. We can look left and right, or we can rotate the whole image. So we just see here, I'm zooming in as we go. We can double click on a location as well and it brings us closer to it, and from there we can zoom in and out. So we see here just hovering around, we have a target of interest in the center of the screen there. So From there we can do a number of different things. I suppose the key thing really is that we want to mark where it actually is. But secondly, what the added benefit of using Google Earth is that we can look around to the likes of buildings on the key wall, specific areas, and it tells us exactly where we are or where that target is. So we can see here, just from using the top control there, we're able to zoom around and see exactly what buildings are right in front of where we are. We can pull ourselves back slowly and have a look at that target again, see exactly the location for it. And then, more importantly, we can measure the distance from where that target is to the key wall, and we can take a particular bearing as to where it is as well. From the tools window up above, we can do a ruler, and it gives us different options as to how we measure. So we're just going to choose a line and be, I suppose, conscious of the fact that if we're measuring and we want to take the bearing, that we measure from the wall out to the target, because that's the bearing we're looking for. And we can just name this as well. It just presents a different layer that we can switch on and off as we require, and see exactly where it is and what the details of it are, what the length is out from the key wall and what the bearing is out. More importantly, that we can deploy a dive team or drop a mark on it using a boat. So this, I suppose, is one of the real key advantages of being able to use Google Earth, is that we can share this with anyone. Just send them a link to the file and the folder that is tied to that file with all the tiles, and they can open it up themselves on their own computer and have a look for it. Waypoints, stuff like that, we can send across as well, just as a layer of the file itself. So it doesn't have to be a massive file, it can be quite small, and we can get all that information sent across. Okay. So again, this is just a quick introduction to, I suppose, the ability to extract data. There's many different ways we can extract it. This is one of the ones that I find most useful, and allows us to share the information with individuals that may not necessarily have access to sonar viewing software. And as you can see from the quality that we have here, they have more or less the exact same benefits as us being able to review footage. So thanks for taking the time to watch, and don't forget to like and share the video.